Welcome back, Dodecadorks. We're the 12-sided guys. We have Scott as Ornan.
At your service.
Sabrina as Sylvie.
Oh, hello.
Jordan as Mogram.
You're most welcome.
Matt as Guy.
That is my name. Don't wear it out.
And me, Paul, as definitely not a synth. In fact, if I were on a baseball team, I would definitely be the catcher because they get to wear that cool helmet thing. Anyway, for all of you other normal humans like me, it's a good thing to leave ratings and reviews of things you like, just like this podcast. So go and leave a 5-star rating and a glowing review so that we can use our normal human mouths to thank you on the podcast. Also, there is a store with much merch that us humans love to wear, like t-shirts and buttons. And don't forget that there is a Patreon where you can get more bonus content like maps, battle maps, bonus episodes, etc. It helps us continue to do what we're doing and blend in with normal human society by having a podcast like other normal, real humans do. Anyway, if your search for Sean keeps getting overshadowed by your search for duct tape and Wonder Glue, then this podcast is for you. It's Chorus of the Forsaken, episode 36.
No, man, the real struggle right now is aluminum.
You left out desk fans.
Man, I'm so thirsty for some water right now. Human water.
The desk fans, because they have the screws. Yeah, but honestly, it's the aluminum. I'm always running out of aluminum.
Yeah.
I'm never running out of aluminum, but then again, I'm only level 10 at this point in my replay through.
I started one as an idiot savant this time, and it's amazing. Although they didn't do like unique dialogue in 4 like they did in all the other games, but it's still fun.
Okay. Yeah.
All the previous games, if you gave yourself 1 intelligence, the entire like dialogue of the whole game was different because you were an idiot.
That's so funny.
Yeah. All your options were just like one word little statements.
That's so funny.
But what's funny is like I'll get into a conversation and they'll be like, oh, there's an opportunity to try to convince somebody or threaten somebody. So then I'll turn to the side, put on all of my high charisma gear and turn back and answer the question.
It's like you reaching for your scepter.
I know. I walk around with a 3-piece suit and a pompadour wig and some fashionable glasses. It's great.
I never even thought to do that. Oh my gosh. All right. Well, take it away, Matt.
As you all recall, at the end of our last fight, Guy dealt not 1, but 2 killing blows with his arcane burst. And once again, the specter of a beautiful woman appeared, well-dressed but in an ancient style. Unable to speak with Guy, she instead pointed to Guy's book, the Covington family grimoire hanging from his belt. And now that our heroes have a chance for a breather, Guy takes out the tome and begins to write in it. My name is Guillaume of Grants Harbor. Well, not really, but I typically go by Guy. You might be wondering where you are. Well, my companions and I are traveling to Cladvina in search of an ancient necromancer whose past we see in our dreams. We think he may be able to tell us more about our connection. It's all very new for me. I'm mostly just feeling my way along. Anyway, that man over there is a local lord who offered us money and a boat if we help him rout robbers and thieves that have organized themselves against the city of Martin's Rest. We followed a hunch and found some in these woods. I convinced them that we were sympathetic to their plight, which we kind of are. Well, a large group of them left to fetch their leader, someone named Megan, after I told them, well, I swore to them on my word that we were interested in helping them or joining them. I'm very good at lying. I don't know what that says about me. It just comes naturally, and I always have a ready excuse or an explanation. Maybe there's something wrong with me. I don't even feel particularly bad about breaking my word that I'd wait here for them to return. But I know I should. Sorry, this is a lot to dump on you so soon. I'm just so nervous. Where was I? Oh yes, we attacked the few that stayed behind after the rest went to fetch the bandits' leader, and we wanted to spare their lives, but I think Ornan, that's the gnome over there with the big hammer, Ornan is probably the only one of us with the combat prowess to take an opponent without killing them. Again, Sorry for rambling. Well, long story, already too long. We killed these 4 and now plan to head further up the road to stage an ambush for the returning criminals. And so I guess that's why you're here. Hello. A moment later, a message appears in Guy's book. I don't know what that means. Anyway, Liam threw up and there were whole pieces of corn in there. I miss Prancival. Tell Sylvie hi. Apparently Delar's doing well.
Whole pieces of corn in there, you say?
Oh my goodness. Oh, awesome. Yeah.
Yeah. So Guy was trying to write a note to the Spectre lady and ended up sending a big long message to Delar.
I like that the Spectre lady probably understood all of it too and was just like, okay, bud.
She's just watching you write, and Sylvie's just reading your mind as you're doing it.
I think, Guy, as you are writing that message, this is after the fight with the bandits, after everyone was killed, and you guys are regrouping, probably taking a short rest. As you're
definitely taking a short rest, please.
Well, as you are writing that message that Delar inadvertently gets, anyone who's watching can see this specter over your shoulder as she. How to explain this? She's looking over your shoulder and reading what you're writing, and you can see her face change and try to concentrate, and then suddenly, almost like a flicker, like of static, and then her face looks different, and she's looking in a different direction. And then you can see her kind of shake her head and kind of look back, trying to comprehend. It's almost like her ability to focus on the here and now is being hindered by the fact that she is a spooky girl.
Okay.
Does it kind of look like she's reacting to something? Like, is she kind of like flashing back to something happening to her, or is she just distracted?
Why don't you make an insight check, Sylvie?
Well, while I'm listening to Guy explain his life story to her. All right, that is oh my gosh, it was a 4.
You know, it's really weird because her face changes instantly, and that kind of throws you off. So it's hard to get a read on what is actually going through this specter's mind or lack of mind, or you're not sure what's going on. Well, here you are. You are in the woods. This is kind of hilly country. There are lots of roots and rills and rises and ridges and ravines, but not mountainous. Still very treacherous and slow going. You've managed to go just a few miles into the woods, and you know that you have about 3 more before you get to the fort that Neldor, the son of the Count of Martin's Rest, told you may very well be the thieves' hideout. And as you ran into some and then fought them and killed them, you think that there's really good chance that you are on the right track. As you have slain these 5 bandits or ruffians, one of them was a spellcaster, a couple of them had bows and arrows. What are you guys going to do?
Well, I think we should move a little further up the trail from here and try to set an ambush.
Yes.
Or we could always just lie and say that they fell into the river, had nothing to do with us.
They were like this when we found them. Her head was already exploded.
Yes. I'll shoot you, say you slept in the kitchen.
Bandits,
Anyone name
they
that
came
movie?
out of nowhere.
Does anyone know what that movie's from?
I have no idea what you even said.
I said,
No.
I'll shoot you and say you slipped in the kitchen.
No.
That's horrible.
That's Chris Tucker from Rush Hour 2.
Oh, jeez.
Talking to Don Cheadle.
I love Rush Hour. Those movies are great.
Yeah, it's great.
I stand by that.
Yeah, push a damn button. All right, so here we are.
That was the first one.
So you guys are thinking about maybe setting an ambush?
I think so. So I know we said we would like try to talk with them and everything. I think at this point, well, here, I'll do it in character. I think probably the best thing to do would be to set set an ambush for them as they come back. We don't have the numbers. If they come back and decide that we are too dangerous, they'll attack us and we won't be in a position of power.
And I don't think we can even Guy and Ornan together can't talk our way out of this one.
That must mean it's pretty bad.
Yes, I think that's probably right.
You guys are the alpha and omega of diplomacy.
I think it's the
Beginning
order and
and the
chaos
end.
of diplomacy.
There you go.
I think if we can get a place where we can bottleneck them in the road, and get them from either side, and stop them in the front. If we can surround them, if we can use the natural landscape to surround them in some way, we can have an advantage over them.
Neldor speaks up. He says, I'm sure that there's places up ahead where we can make the topography, the land work to our advantage.
Well, perhaps you could show us what you might have in mind. You are much more familiar with this place than we are.
And I've got a new spell. It's called Fireball. I have been dying to use it.
Anyone can make an insight check, or everyone can make a perception check at this moment.
Perception, huh?
Guy rolled an 11.
Ornan got a 19.
Mogram got an 8.
Sylvie rolled a 16.
Oh, 16. I think, Sylvie, as you say that, you feel, you just feel this, presence is the wrong word. You just get this impression that that you're being watched, and you turn your head just a little bit, and Ornan, you see this whole thing take place. You see a dark look cross over Annalise's face. Not like angry, but like uncomfortable with a little bit of worry.
You're talking about using big arcane magic.
Oh, I'm sorry. I just thought that would be less, or, not any worse than drowning people in a river, but my bad.
So it's okay. We didn't.
There
She
also
starts
is
to
that
walk away.
ghost lady right there that she really hasn't reacted to.
We haven't drowned anyone in the river.
Not yet.
They were all
We
dead
tried.
before they went in the river. I'll have you know, I split his head open before I tossed him in the water. Now Annalise kind of walks away. She kind of moves away. She is not like turning around and heading back, but she's just kind of giving you guys some space.
I'm also a little uncomfortable with killing these people. I know some of them died in that last fracas, but I don't know. I'm a little unsettled by this whole situation.
Neldor speaks up and he says, don't let their flowery words convince you that they are anything more than bandits, thieves, murderers, and arsonists. They say that they are only after the rich, the powerful of Martin's Rest. And while, yes, it's true that my family has been harassed by them to some degree, the people who are really suffering are the people, the small folk, the farms, and the people who live in the city that are easy pickings. They're not just robbing the rich.
Flowery words. Those words had a nice flower to them, and you're wearing that nice cravat. I'm just as wary of you as of them.
Okay, Helm.
Maybe not a good time to be wary of the guy who's paying us.
Helm's a good guy, right? Like Helm's a good god. I got an F in Sunday school.
Yes, I mean, well, he is normally considered to be very just.
Okay,
He's a protector.
right.
He's more about protection than he is about, how do I say this without saying he's lawful neutral, not lawful good?
He's more about justice than making moral judgments.
Yes, exactly. Almost like the rule has already been set, and so it's only right that you follow the rule, as opposed to, is the rule actually just to begin with?
Okay, so the fact that we're out here kind of doing the same thing the Paladins of Helm are doing, but maybe just a little more effectively and with more panache, that should say something, right? Like, we're not completely off base. I know that's a logical fallacy, that's an appeal to authority, but still, it makes me feel a little better.
Especially an authority who doesn't really seem to have much gray area.
Look, I've done a lot of things that are pretty terrible, so this doesn't really bother me too much.
And I really want to try out Fireball.
All I'm saying is I'm just not comfortable with all of this. I'm just putting that out there.
We could try doing non-lethal damage again.
Well, I sure tried.
I don't have a lot of effective non-lethal things. It's either I do absolutely nothing or I shoot to kill, unfortunately.
Look, for me, it is, I can attempt to not use all the toxins and venoms and poisons that I normally use, but I don't know that I can prevent the hinky punk from trying to take away the souls.
I don't think any of us can.
Neldor speaks up and he says, well, if the organization of this group of bandits makes me think that there must be some strong, coercive leader. And if we cut the head from the snake, perhaps the body will die on its own. We may
Unless
not
it's a
need
hydra.
to kill. Well, we may not need to kill everyone. Maybe just one.
But what if the grievances that brought all this about are valid? Are you willing to listen to what they have to say?
That's a very good question. How is he going to answer that?
Or are we going to just uphold the law, even though it comes at the expense of some of the little folk?
Yes, that one. Yes. That's...
Unfortunately, in my experience, it's the little folk who suffer no matter who's putting their plot into practice. Like
will say-
Neldor was saying.
Boat.
Yes, we do need a boat. I love boats.
Neldor
If I could
speaks
have a
up.
horse on a boat, that would be the best.
Neldor speaks up again and he says, I'm not sure the plight of the small folk in their day-to-day, but I can tell you this. Their lives have been worse since these thieves started their rampage through Martin's Rest. I know because we hear their pleas. We hear their petitions to us to protect them.
Interesting. Look, I do not pretend to be some savant when it comes to matters of politics and how to run an area. I think we have a mission, if you will, and this is the means to the end of getting towards that mission. Getting a boat so that way we can proceed forward with the quest that we are on. Maybe this is a darker chapter in our book. Maybe it is not. I don't know.
Also, hey Ornan, do you remember when we had that flashback of being in the theater and you killed all those mind-possessed people by shoving them off of the catwalks above the stage?
I'm not certain how much of that really happened, but I do recall throwing some people around. I was pretty drunk.
Okay. All right, just throwing that out there.
So what will it be? We can move ahead and I can look for a place. I'm sure there's a place with land, with hills and hiding spots that will help us. If that is what you still wish to do. If you would turn around now, then let's turn around now before they come back and catch us.
As far as I'm concerned, we signed a contract, and we are, the reward for our efforts will go a long way in our own mission. And as long as we're not bloodthirsty reveling in violence, if we do try to keep the violence down and, accept quarter, then I think I'm all for moving forward.
I say it jokingly perhaps, but I have done worse, and I don't think that these people are necessarily 100% innocent either.
I've done plenty worse too in my day, but I don't know, it just doesn't sit right with me, but we're in this as a team. We've signed a contract and we need a boat. So I'm here as well.
Ornan, Annalise looks at you as you say that you've done worse in your day and all that, and she looks at you and she says, doesn't mean we shouldn't try to do better.
Oh, of course,
She says, but I'm in. I will follow your lead and trust your
so
judgment.
We'll both go to hell together.
Okay, David Archuleta.
Sorry.
No, it's fine. I'm glad that I knew that reference. I'm hip.
Yes, Paul, you're very hip.
David Archuleta.
No,
Yes.
I'm just saying, it was reminding me of The Simpsons. Well, if thinking you're cool is lame, then consider me a lame.
Yes. It's going to be a lame. All right. Well, very good. So then Neldor starts to lead you guys away from the stream and follow the path that those other, the bandits that left to go get Megan. He starts to follow that same path. At this point, it's about 30 to 40 minutes. It's more like 40 to 45 minutes after that first group had left. So there is going to be quite a bit of difference between you. Probably upwards of a mile, maybe not quite a mile, just with the rough going, between you and the group that went to go and get Megan. All right. He starts to lead you through the woods, and you are all following, I take it. Anything you guys want to say as you are looking for spots? Anything, any conversation happening? Annalise is just going to kind of keep to herself, and anyone can make a perception check or an insight check if they want to about Annalise or about Neldor.
I will do a perception on Annalise.
Okay.
Me too.
Ornan got a 12 insight.
Mogram got an 18.
Okay.
Guy got an 11 for perception on Annalise.
Okay.
Sylvie got a 16 perception on Neldor.
Okay. And Ornan, you got a 12 insight on who?
Neldor.
All right. So as far as Guy, you're trying to read the situation, but you're also kind of distracted by this spooky lady flying around you. It looks like she keeps like making eye contact with you, and then like she'll get as you're walking, she'll flutter over in front of your face and like make like piercing eye contact with you, and then there's like a flash, and then she's looking in a different direction, and she kind of floats off in a different direction.
I don't like this.
Yeah, it's not just spooky, but it's also unnerving, right? And also probably very frustrating to see that she is trying to communicate with you and just can't. So
as long as she doesn't become the librarian from the Ghostbusters movies,
unless it's the bad guys, then that's okay.
Unless it's the Patton Oswalt librarian from the new one.
Okay, so as far as Annalise, we had a couple of perception checks on Annalise. That was the only one who succeeded with that was Mogram. Mogram, you keep watching Annalise, and you see there is a dark look on her face. Her eyebrows are scrunched. She is kind of looking at the ground as she walks. You see her every once in a while like kind of bite her lip, like she's having some kind of internal monologue or like a conversation with herself. But every once in a while, you do see her eyes flash over towards Ornan and back. With the perception and insight scores on Neldor, Sylvie, you see Neldor looks very amped. He actually like starts to loosen up his collar of his shirt. You see him like rolling up his sleeves, getting ready for something. You see that he's like pacing almost like a lion at the zoo who can see through the glass and can see what it wants.
All those
but
tasty
can't
kids.
Get it. Yes,
Man,
but
that's
can't
concerning
get it.
that he's that excited, but all right.
And with insight of who got the insight
I got
of
a
12?
16 perception.
And your insight was 12 on Neldor. Okay, so that's what you notice. You see this pent up aggression, and then Ornan, you can't get a read on Neldor so much. You just know that preparation and anticipation of battle and blood affects people differently, and so you're having a hard time reading exactly what might be going through his mind. Neldor leads you down the path for probably about 20 or 25 minutes. The path has left that stream that you were at before and headed further kind of up into some hills. The trees are all orange and gold, and some of them have started to lose their leaves now as we are in fall. We are in fall proper. The rain continues to fall. It's more of a drizzle as opposed to like a downpour, but it's still kind of miserable. There's puddles and there's like little rivulets going down the path, cutting their way downhill towards that stream and eventually back towards the river. As you are walking along, you see that there are hills to your left and there are some hills to your right. Neldor stops when he comes to a place where there are hills on the left and hills on the right, and the road curves. As you're heading currently east, it curves and heads north, creating this elbow in the road. You can see that on the the northwest corner is this hill. The hill looks like it might be kind of difficult to get up there, but not insurmountable. So to get up the hill is probably going to be like double movement, difficult terrain. But there are a lot of trees, a lot of cover on this hill on the northwest side. And then on the east and south side, it looks like instead of it being like a slope, it's actually more of a cliff, like a 10 or 12 foot, a pretty steep cliff rise that it looks like instead of being able to just walk up and move slowly, it looks like you'd actually have to kind of climb it. So it would actually be an athletics check to climb. And we'll just tell you right now that it looks like this athletics check would be like a difficulty 14 just to be able to get to the top of this hill. The top is a lot more sparse, not nearly as many trees on top of this cliff. So you've got harder to get to, but less cover, or easier to get to, but very good cover. Neldor says this is probably about as good a place as any. Better than we could hope for, actually. One more thing I forgot to mention, too, is as the road curves right there in that elbow, there is some kind of an old structure. It is so far gone that all that's left is basically like two walls. And they're not really structurally sound. It's more just maybe you could take cover behind one to help you hide. That's kind of all there is there. It's the most of the building has long since fallen down and rotted away, and there's just a couple of remnants of this long abandoned building, and that is what you find.
This looks fantastic.
How is everybody doing in terms of their health? I know we just were able to do a short rest, but if people need some extra healing.
Yeah, Annalise perks up too.
I'm actually doing fine.
Same. Also, I was thinking of some strategy, and with this rain, I would be able to freeze a little bit of a puddle, maybe someplace, if we could bottleneck them. Get them a little bit slippery, get them a little prone, if you know what I mean.
Slippery, yes. Slippery is good.
Slippery and prone.
Yes.
Just the way I like
Yes.
Oh dear.
No perception check
Bottlenecking?
needed. You see Annalise vomit in her mouth. It's okay. She swallows it.
No, that's so bad.
All right. Neldor says, "All right. Well, this looks like the best place. So, how shall we set up? What should we do?"
So they'll be coming from the north, and this path right here, this elbow, bends off to the west. So it comes from the north, down, south, and then bends off to the west. So,
Yeah, they're going to be coming down from the north, just so everyone's aware.
we want
More
to
than
pin
likely.
them right here in the crux, in the elbow, right here in the elbow bone.
All right.
Right in the cubital fossa.
There's a
Yes, right in.
Good.
I forgot. Right in the cubital fossa.
Wow. Very well done.
there's a stump right there. I'm gonna plop down while we talk the plans.
You can see that it looks like there are some old trees that have been cut down along this path, but these stumps are old and starting to rot away. This path was cleared a long time ago, and since then, a couple of trees and bushes and stuff have started to pop up here along this path, but you can still clearly see that there was some kind of a path here. Neldor steps forward and he says, "Well, I'm no good up on the hills. I should stay where I can get in to reach with my spear or with my sword."
What? It looks like there's a tree or the wall down here on the south side, just past the bend. What if you hid behind that wall and you could come out as they are approaching? I think it'd be great if we had some distraction, kind of here toward the southwest, right when you're about to go off this battle map, that would get them to stop right here in the elbow, and then we can approach them from all sides, potentially. Does that make sense?
Neldor understands. He's like, "Up here, this wall. Hide behind here. Let them start to go past."
Wait, isn't this a wall down here?
Is that another wall? Oh, yeah, that's another wall. Yes. There's two
Sorry,
walls.
I meant the wall. I meant the wall in the south.
Oh, gotcha.
Oh,
Yes.
Let me move to that other stump then. And Ornan will walk to the stump next to that wall and sit
gotcha.
down.
Yeah. So Neldor's like behind this wall. This wall is kind of it's brick, like big stone bricks, and it's pretty tumbled down. So in order for him to stay ducked behind it, he's gonna have to literally be like on his hands and knees. So from wherever he's hiding, just a heads up, for him to get up and move, it's gonna take half his movement just to get up from hiding.
Oh, well then maybe not. I was just
Like, no, this works. This works. You get them close enough to me, and I'll just spring out.
What if I had What if, as they're coming through the woods and the sun is starting to set, they see a ghostly woman blocking their path, and that would get them to stop?
As you mentioned the ghostly woman, you see this ghostly figure is floating over towards Pranciful and bends down to scritch the chin and then flash and then floats off in a different direction.
How does Pranciful react to that?
Pranciful sat there looking at this figure and was waiting for a chin scratch and did not get one.
Oh, a poor little boy.
All right, so Annalise says, "Where should I be? I have some ability to fight at range. If I need to get in the mix, I can."
Perhaps up near me. So are we all? Will all of you be behind the wall as well? Who else is going to be fighting in melee?
Aren't we going to try to come at him from all sides?
It looks like there's a nice ridge across the way over there that might be hard to climb up to. You might be able to hide up on that little spot and be safe from people attacking you, Sylvie.
Up on the east side?
No, this west side is less of a ridge; it's more of a hill. The east and south side, that's the cliff.
But I wouldn't have to climb up as much if I just went over here.
Well, it looks like you can go around.
You don't have to climb at all. You just have to. It just takes your time. It just takes time. Yeah, there's a spot. Yeah, that kind of it looks like it'd be easier going, but it's kind of a bottleneck. Just you can get up there, no problem. You don't need a check to get up there. You just have to give yourself a little extra time to get up there. It's the south and the east side that is the cliff that would need actually like some checks.
If we put you up on that southeast side, though, I mean, you have the best, like the best range of anyone in the party.
I mean,
if you were up there at the top of that cliff, nobody could get to you, at least not with their melee attacks. But you could see everyone.
Yeah, no, I'm not.
Don't sell yourself short, Guy. You've got pretty good range. You can sing a few octaves. I've heard you.
It's pretty impressive, honestly.
Oh, you think I'm a good singer?
Oh, I couldn't possibly sing for you. All right, no. Don't make me sing. Don't make me sing.
I was thinking I could be up the on the northwest side. I can come down. I'm more heavily armed than Sylvie. I can take a hit if need be. Although last time I took one hit and it was pretty brutal. Or maybe I took 2 hits. But I can be kind of a backup skirmisher. If Ornan and Neldor take are the tip of the spear, I can be the reach around.
Oh, I thought you were going to say the shaft.
Oh my gosh.
And I will be the explosions at the end.
That's the best thing I've heard all day. That's the best thing I've heard all day. That's so good. Oh, I'm trying to see some range here. Okay.
And I shall come from below and gently fondle them.
Oh my gosh. Oh, that's so funny. All right, everyone, then go ahead and put yourselves kind of where you think you want to be, and then we will we'll move forward.
All right, I'm going to try to climb this. Is that athletics, acrobatics? What'd you say?
Yeah, that's going to be an athletics difficulty 14. Ooh, if you would like some help, somebody can come in and boost you up too.
Yeah,
so you can
somebody can boost me here.
Neldor comes over to actually help you. Actually,
so I was going to offer, but I wouldn't be able to lift you very high.
I can climb on your backpack.
Oh, that's true.
Single person basket toss.
I might have a ladder in there somewhere.
So the first roll was a 2 for a 1, and the second roll was a 4. So I don't know if I'm going to make it up this cliff, guys.
Okay, so what Neldor is going to do, he is actually going to climb up. He's going to roll his athletics. Well, he got a 10. He rolled a 4 and he got a 10, so that's better.
Okay.
Wait, did he get a 10? Wait, what did he get? No, he got a where's his athletics? He got it. So he got a 10, so it's still not quite enough. So you help him and to see if he can get up there. Okay, he gets up there. He climbs up.
It's a DC 14.
It's a DC 14,
okay.
So he got a 20. And then he gets up there and he like grabs a branch and holds it down to you, and that kind of holds you.
I've got a rope and a grappling hook. I've got all the tools to help you climb.
Oh no, this branch is great. Sylvie just has like scratches all along her hand. She's like clawing up. She's like, fine, I got it. Don't worry about it. I like to climb up cliffs.
Neldor's like, I couldn't find a branch, so here's a blackberry bramble.
Exactly.
Oh gosh. All right, he gets you up into position and then he comes back down. Just so you know, if you're going to jump down off the cliff, it's going to be a 10-foot drop, and that will be 10 to 20 feet depending on where you jump from. So Sylvie, where you're at, kind of the cliff is a little bit taller, so it's more like a 20-foot cliff. But it will be some damage then if you decide to jump off without feather fall or something.
Cool. All right, I'm going to try to hide kind of behind this tree here, if that makes sense.
Yes. Let's see here. Okay. Can I make one recommendation? If you want to hide behind a tree, I'd recommend you hide a little bit back this way, because there's a chance, because this is less, this side is less thick with vegetation. There's a chance that they can still see you even up on top of the cliff, and even though you're so short. Okay.
Nice. Okay, yeah. No, I want to be hidden.
Sylvie is in position. Neldor ducks down and he gets in position.
Guy is going to go up again on the northwest side with the kind of just the difficult terrain path and hide behind a tree up there. Looks like that's where Mogram is at as well.
Yeah, I'm going to be with you, Guy, kind of up in that area.
Okay.
And then I'm going to have the spooky lady. She's going to be down basically at the edge, the southwest edge of the map, kind of there beside a tree to maybe spook them and get them to stop where we want them. And then I'm going to position Prancival the opposite end of the map, the far northeast corner of the map, among the trees. I can roll a stealth check for him, but he's basically going to be our little scout boy.
Okay.
Wait, remind me which direction they're coming from. Are they coming from the north or the...
They're coming from the north. They'll be coming from the north.
Got it. Okay.
Sorry, that was my stealth. I need to roll Prancival's stealth. He's better at it than me. Yeah, Prancival got a 22 stealth.
Nice. Very,
Little
very
weasel
good.
Stats.
Yeah, Prancival, are you looking through his eyes or anything?
I think maybe I'm popping in and out, but I can communicate with him telepathically if he's this close to me. So
got it. Okay. Yeah, you see Prancival kind of wiggle his little butt down underneath a bush and then just settle in, just kind of lay down, almost like it's a game, right? And then Annalise rolled a natural 20 on her athletics check, and she just scales that cliff without a rope or anything. And she is going to be kind of close to you, Sylvie. She's also like 3 feet taller than you.
Show off.
She is going to be a little bit further north than you behind a different tree. I think that's a tree. Let me just make sure. That's not a tree. That's just a bush.
it's not casting a shadow, yeah.
Okay, she's going to be kind of off over here, kind of a little bit further to the east, ducking down behind a tree, kind of right on the edge of the map, okay? And I will probably forget where she's at because I'm covering her now with something different. Okay, and then Neldor is hiding. Ornan, what are you doing?
All right, or I'll move behind next to Neldor.
And
Neldor,
you probably don't have to crawl to be behind that wall.
Right, you're not going to have the same prone disadvantage that Neldor has, but when you come down behind him, behind the wall, and kind of look at him, he holds out a hand to give you a predator handshake.
Cool. I'll give him one back. But let me take my shoes off first. Then I can be a little stealthier.
Oh, that's right. Isn't that like a spell or something?
Yeah. So instead of with disadvantage, I can roll normal. And I got a 9 on my stealth.
Okay, so so Neldor is going to roll his stealth as well, and he actually ended up getting a 12. So he is hiding back here a little bit better than you. I think your backpack is sticking up over the wall, honestly.
There's like a pot hanging off the side, just kind of clanging.
Oh my goodness, that is the second natural 20 for Annalise, but it turns into with disadvantage because she's wearing scale mail. Her hide check is still an 18, so she is really well hidden.
Nice. I guess, should I roll? I should probably do stealth too, huh?
Guy rolled a 15 for stealth.
Okay.
Sylvie rolled a 12.
Mogram got a nat 1 for a 2.
Oh no! You rolled a 2 and a 1 with disadvantage.
Oh no!
Wow.
Oh my gosh. Woo. Okay.
You forgot to take your shoes off.
Hey, Mogram, why don't you go hide over there a little farther?
Turns out I'm wearing my bright yellow plague outfit.
Well, here's the deal. I forgot. I was going to give you guys all advantage because you have a lot of time to set up. So take the first roll instead of the second, and it's still only a 3.
I got a 3. All right. Let's go.
Yeah, with advantage, mine stays a 15.
Yeah. With advantage, Annalise disappeared completely.
Nice. Yeah, no, Sylvie still stays at 12. Do we want to maybe throw down a little bit of ice here, like right where the ghost lady is, and kind of try to trip them up, or will that just mess y'all up?
All the way down here?
If you wanted to put ice underneath her, she floats, so she's fine.
That's what I was kind of thinking.
So you want to create some ice down here, kind of, if everyone's coming from the north and then they have to go through this elbow and head then to the west, you want to put the ice down at the west, kind of the exit of this little bottleneck you've got.
I thought we were trapping them more in the elbow area.
Oh yeah, you were talking about the Spectre. She's all the way down here.
Right, but I guess I kind of thought that I guess more what I was saying was like as they're like coming in and seeing her, like about the same time they would see her. Put the ice.
Gotcha.
So it would, it would be more up here. Sorry.
Now, is the ice visible or is it invisible?
It's just the water. It's just like the water turned to ice. I don't know. I feel like that would be hard to see.
It would, but they would get checks to see if they can.
It.
Yeah, that's a very valid point. Okay, so then cast your spell. How much space? It's just the puddles turn to ice. Is that how it works?
Yeah, it's just shape water.
Oh, gotcha. Okay.
You freeze the water for an hour.
For an hour. Is it concentration?
5 foot cube, right?
I don't think so. No, it's just at will, instantaneous.
It's a 5 foot cube. So
plain.
5 foot cube.
Plain.
5 foot cube is like that big.
Yeah. Oh, damn. Okay. Well, you know what? We're still going to put it there.
Okay. Let me see here.
Never mind. I thought that was going to be more exciting.
It's all good. It's all good. Let me make it a little bit thicker. Oh, I'm pushing the wrong button. No wonder. That's a 5 foot cube.
Hey, Ornan, you know what might make Sylvie feel really good is if you made sure to push somebody onto that patch of ice.
It would really make me feel good.
I'm sure we can orchestrate something like that.
I've learned so many cool spells.
There is this perfectly square little block of ice sitting right in there. Okay. You are all in position, waiting. Neldor's lying down. Annalise has like disappeared. She's like built like a little ghillie suit for herself or something. And Mogram and Guy, you guys are trying to hide. Guy, you're like, no, Mogram.
I'm being very sneaky up here.
Stop telling me you're being sneaky. Shh.
They're never
Mogram
going
pulls
to
up a
see
branch
me.
and puts it in front of himself, and there's no leaves on it. It's like
as he's telling everyone how sneaky he is out loud.
His eyes are closed, and he's like,
"Suit is bright yellow."
I'm standing behind like a 1-inch thick sapling.
His eyes are closed like a kid. He's like, if I can't see them, they can't see me. All right. After, about an hour of you guys have gotten this situated and everything. That took a few minutes, like some back and forth. And then so after about a total of an hour, Pranciful hiding in the bushes, you get a little ding from Pranciful. And the telepathic message you get back is noise. People are coming.
I will, I'll let Mogram know. Because I don't want to shout out to everybody. I guess I'll like pop out really quick and wave my hand and then pop back in.
All right. And what did you want to do? Did you want to?
I loudly am like, wait, does that mean they're coming?
Did you want to look through his eyes or anything?
Yes, I'd love to get kind of an idea of how many people are coming.
Okay. So this is not where they are yet, but let me show you what Pranciful sees. Make a perception check.
Guys, I could have made a tiny hut. We could have been in a tiny hut in the middle of the path and we would have been impervious until somebody cast a spell magic.
So why don't you have Pranciful make a perception check?
He has keen hearing and smell.
Okay, yeah. That's fine.
So he gets advantage?
Sure thing, yeah.
All right. He got a nat 20 for a 23.
I have to reward the natural 20. Even though
especially
it's just
when
a 23.
It's this cute little guy.
Even when it's just a 23. So here is what Pranciful sees. He sees this loose group of people moving down the road. You see, I'm gonna give these guys just titles to just describe them. If you want to look through, I don't know, D&D manuals and see what templates they are, you can kind of figure out. You see a couple of like thug-looking folks. You see they're kind of burly, but they look like they're more bruisers and brawlers than they are warriors and fighters. You see that there are a couple of kind of sneakier-looking, lithe, small-framed but sneaky like bandits. We'll call them bandits. You see there are you see there is that large that guy with the big great axe, the big bulky muscular guy, and you see that there is another kind of similarly dressed great axe wielding, we'll call those berserkers, and then you see that there is also a woman who is walking along with them, and she looks to be in charge. She is got like brown hair. She's wearing like a wizard's or a witch's hat upon her head. You can see that she is in a conversation with this bulky guy.
Hello, Hermione.
She finally bought that witch's hat from Gerard.
Yes. Okay, so now before we get to what Pranciful overhears, Pranciful also sees that hiding along the top of the cliff on the east side, you see there is a figure sneaking along. This person looks adept at hiding. They have a short sword and a dagger in their hands, or like at their waist. They are where these other folks look wary. This guy looks what's the word I'm looking for?
Alert.
Yes, exactly. This guy is trained, right? This guy is a different level than the sneakier folks who are kind of walking along the path. And with your natural 20, even though it was just a 23, with a stealth check of 25, you see that on the other side, on the west side, you also see another figure, and she is similarly dressed, and she has that same alert, almost like a scout, or like a scout, basically, looking ahead, watching for trouble down the road. So Pranciful was able to see all of this with his natural 20. You can see them moving.
Can't believe these guys don't trust us.
Yeah, we'll call those alert folk, we'll call them the rogues. Okay, so we've got rogues, thugs, bandits, berserkers, and then we've got we also have the cloaked figure who ran off before, he is wearing a cloak. You can see that he doesn't look like he's armed, but you saw him before, and then you do see who appears to be the leader, this woman with this witch's hat on. And Pranciful, you pick up the end of this conversation. That makes more sense than the edge of the conversation. You see the bulky man.
I think it's because we talk about edging so much in this podcast.
Let's be fair. I'm doing it right now.
True.
Pranciful hears the big guy say, "But Alexandria, why?" And then the woman turns to him and says, "For the last time, Megan left me in charge. I don't know where she went, but her business is her own. So take me to these folks who are in the woods." And then he kind of grumpily nods. And then they continue on in silence. You know that they are just about to come into range.
I'll whisper to Margaret and I'll say, "We're about to be spotted. There's someone sneaking through the woods just north of us. And on the other side. It's about to go off."
Okay, I'm a little bit scared.
I will put my hand on Margaret and I will cast Disappear on both of us.
Oh, that makes all the difference. Okay. Very good. You are now invisible. So what happens is you can all see these folks move into view. And at this point, they are here. Now, the only people who know that these two rogues are on either side up on the cliffs would be Magram and Guy, unless I will have Sylvie, Ornan, and Annalise make perception checks, as you guys are obviously watching for this.
All right, that's a cool 9.
Annalise got a 14. So,
Ornan got an 8. Guys, I can't see Markram anymore.
Ornan and Sylvie, you do not see these figures moving along the hills. Annalise does. And right as we are about to roll initiative, you see Annalise quickly. Sylvie, before you can do anything, she looks at you and her eyes are wide and she kind of waves her hand and she starts pointing, but you still can't see this figure moving stealthily along the cliff. And we are going to roll initiative.
Ornan got a 6.
They're still so far away from my spooky lady. He got a 16.
Sylvie got a 15.
Malgrim got an 8.
Spooky lady goes on my turn, and I can roll separately for Prancival unless you just want him to go with me.
Yeah, you just go with him. Just go with you. Yeah, that's great.
So we'll do Guy, Spooky Lady, Prancival.
Very good. I am going to fill up the tracker now with 16 different turns, everybody.
Oh my
okay.
goodness.
Oh.
Wait, are you including us in those 16 turns?
Yes.
Okay.
Usually I group likes with each other. So like, oh, there's 2 bandits, let's go at the same time. But for whatever reason, I decided let's roll everybody separately. I need to know again, Ornan, what was your hide? 9?
Yes, it was a 9.
Okay. Neldor was a 12. Sylvie, what was your hide?
Was it 12 or 14? Sorry.
It looks like it may have been 11.
12. No, because I rolled twice.
Yeah,
so it was
okay,
12.
yes, 12. Okay. And the rule is that if you're hiding and someone's passive perception is 12, they beat your hide, correct?
Typically, that's how you use it, yeah.
All right. We are going to the top of the round, and the top of the round is the rogue on the east side. Wait, is that correct? No, sorry. The rogue on the west side. The rogue on the west side is moving through the woods on this hill and is going to continue to move 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Moves down just to within about 10 feet of Guy and Magrim. Now, their passive perception is a 12, but they are going to make an active perception check because otherwise they cannot spot you guys, and they have disadvantage on this check. That is going to be terrible. They rolled a natural 2. Guy and Magrim, you are still unseen. That is the rogue's turn. Next, we have.
Does the rogue see my spooky lady in the path?
Yes, the rogue would see the spooky lady in the path, and you hear a voice call out, "Something's ahead!" Actually, something's ahead. It's a woman. Anyway, okay. That now brings us to the next highest initiative is going to be this woman thug. She hears something is ahead. You see her draw a mace, and 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. She gets just past one of these fallen down walls. She's kind of in the crux of the elbow and looks aside and can see the spooky lady and spots the backpack of Ornan sticking up over the other fallen wall and says, "Something's ahead! There's an ambush!" Yeah, that brings us to the Berserker. She is going to draw her great axe as she hears that something is attempting to ambush her. And she draws her great axe, steps forward 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, moving down into the crux. And she glances down. She sees Spooky Lady. She sees the backpack. And she shouts out, "Show yourself, or we'll consider you an enemy." And that is her turn. Guy, it is now your turn. You are 10 feet from this rogue who came down the hill just so close to you. The one who was so difficult to see, and you only know that she is there because Prancival saw her.
Prancival's a little wizard. Guy is going to... I want to keep them from retreating. So what I'm going to do is Guy is going to... shoot. If I start casting a spell, does that remove my invisibility? If I were to hold a spell?
I think... is it the casting of a spell or the finishing of the casting of a spell? That's your question.
Well, yeah, because I think I would have to do all of the verbal and somatic at this point, and then hold on to the spell and just not release it. So, what Guy is going to do, Guy is going to stay where he's at and prepare an action to dodge if somebody comes to attack him.
Okay.
But he's going to just stay hidden. The spooky lady is going to. She has a fly speed of 50 feet. So she's going to fly up to this person who is hiding next to us, this pass within 10 feet of us. Mm-hmm. And she's going to go ahead and make an attack. I didn't describe this last time, but when she makes her attack, she's not reaching out and touching them or like punching them or whatever. It looks like she is a spellcaster, and she's casting some kind of a spell or spells, different spells that have a very limited range. So like it looks like maybe she's casting Burning Hands, but it only goes out 5 feet in front of her. Things like that. But she's going to attack this rogue.
Okay, make an attack.
That's only a 10 to hit.
That misses. This rogue whips out a short sword, starts waving it in the air to try to keep her away, and then Spooky Lady misses. Okay.
And that's it for Spooky Lady, and Prancival is going to stay where he's at as well.
Perfect. Okay. Next, we have the rogue on the eastern ridge. Before this rogue moves at all, he looks ahead and he spots Sylvie with his 12 passive perception against Sylvie's 12 hide. And he calls out, "There's someone here on the cliff, too!" 5, 10, 15,
wait,
20.
Hey, Paul, sorry. Typically, if there's a tie, the skill that rolled will beat the skill that is static.
Oh, good to know. Okay, never mind.
Huzzah! I'm so sneaky.
5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. You see that this figure, anyone who can spot this figure up here, which I think is just Annalise, but she has pointed him out to you, Sylvie, but you have not had a chance to actually spot him. He is looking down at Ornan, and he is drawing a sword as well. That now brings us to Sylvie.
Okay.
Sylvie, you're over here on the east side of the map. You're up the cliff. Nobody can reach you except for this guy sneaking through the woods. I want you to make a quick perception check to see if you can see who Annalise is talking about.
Cool. And let's see. That is a 10.
You cannot spot this person. They are staying so low and sneaky that you still don't see what Annalise is referring to.
Well, I wanted to attack, but seeing that nobody else has attacked yet, I'm gonna keep my cool. And I'm gonna cast a little bit of false life on myself. So just sort of have this little necrotic image hover over me that's gonna give me a little bit of extra life for this battle.
Oh, nice.
And then I'm just gonna hang around for a second.
Oh, that's awesome. So how much temporary HP did you get?
So I'm getting 7 temporary HP.
That's awesome. Very cool. Okay. All right. That is going to bring us to Neldor. Neldor heard that Ornan was spotted. He is going to rise up with 15 feet of movement. He's going to leap over the wall. 5, 10, 15. That is all of his move.
Don't trip on the ice.
So if you have 35 movement, is half your movement?
Unfortunately, it's 15 because we're dividing. We usually round down when we...
So that's what he's got. He then moves forward as far as he can. He's close to the ice. He's just a few feet past, just like 10 or 12 feet past the wall that he was hiding behind. And you see, he calls out and he says, "Surrender to the Martin family." And then he's going to turn and hurl his spear at this woman that was sneaking through the woods that the spooky lady tried to kill. And that is going to be that is going to hit. He rolled an 18. That's going to be 9 damage.
Nice.
With his spear. And then with the last thing that he does is he draws a long sword. All right. And now that brings us to a wiener bandit. You see one of these guys along the road. You see him draw. You see him
the wiener bandit.
I've heard of a turd burglar, but never a wiener bandit.
You see him draw a short sword and start moving up 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. And he's going to kind of rush 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Kind of staying by the cliff there on the east side. And seeing Neldor, he's not moving towards, he's moving closer to Neldor, but not rushing at Neldor. And then we have the other thug. He is way back at the back. He's going to draw his heavy crossbow, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. He's going to move up 30 feet. He's going to pull out his crossbow and take aim at Neldor. That is going to be a +2 to this. That's an 18. And that will barely hit Neldor for only 3 damage. Okay, that is going to be the thug's turn. We are now to the other bandit. She is going to move up as well. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Is going to rush and going to kind of flank on the opposite side. So you've got a bandit on the east and a bandit on the west. They both have short swords that are drawn, but have not made a specific move yet. Magram, it is your turn. You are in the northwest corner on this hill. You are invisible, and you are about 10 or 15 feet from this rogue that not only got speared, but has a spooky lady dancing about her head.
Ooh, man. I mean, Malgrim is tempted to try to take a cue from Guy on whether or not to engage with these guys yet. And I think seeing that, well, having not seen Guy show up and engage, I think he is going to likewise just kind of stay back and maybe prepare also like a dodge action.
Okay.
So that way he can try to get into combat once these people come more into range.
Okay. And that is now going to bring us to Alexandrina. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30.
Careful, everyone. She has a witch's hat.
Yes.
She looks so cool in it, though. She really pulls it off.
Does. She's like dangerous and cool and cute. You see, oh my gosh, what is she going to do? It can be so bad. So bad. The power glove. She's the power glove.
It's so bad.
So bad. All right. All right, let's see. Seeing one figure, she is going to cast a spell. She whips out her spell book, and a couple of blasts of fire go. Actually, not a couple of blasts. A ball of fire forms in her hand and hurls across the ravine at Neldor, and that is going to be. Oh, a natural 1. This firebolt goes wide and misses Neldor, and she calls out and she says, "There's probably more of them. Keep your eyes peeled." And then it is going
like,
to be...
Come on, guys. Remember I hired you?
He is kind of like that. He's like, what is going on? As Sylvie, you still have not seen this rogue here on the side. Suddenly you see Annalise spring out from behind cover. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25 feet. She actually, instead of casting a spell, she rushes this rogue and is going to try to clobber this rogue with her mace. Let's see. That is going to be... Oh my gosh, that was the wrong move. Wait, never mind. She's going to cast a spell. She's going to cast a spell. Where is her spells? What does Word of Radiance do?
That's I believe that's a all around her area of effect. It's kind of like a thunderclap.
Ooh, thunderclap them cheeks.
I know that's not what she does.
Creature of
She
your
actually is
choice,
going to cast...
though. Like, I don't think it's...
Oh, yeah, that one you get to choose instead of the other ones that are just everybody around you.
She runs up. She's going to stay actually about 5 feet or 10 feet back from this rogue. She claps her hands together, and then she holds her hands out as she calls out, why am I drawing my... She calls out, Aona! And then there is this fan of flame that shoots out of her hands, and this rogue needs to make a dexterity saving throw, and is going to, I believe, that will pass. And then 3d6
Rogue rolled an 8 and still passed.
Yes. 3d6 fire damage. That's 7 halved to 4 or to 3.
Oh,
3
geez.
fire damage.
Run
my
a roll,
goodness.
everyone.
The NPCs
it's
are
going
making their
great.
moves. You guys are like, yeah, let's see what they can do first. Soften up the enemy, everybody. Okay, that brings us to Ornan Opalbleacher, the person who got spotted every single time. Everyone's passive perception, like the lowest passive perception is, I think, an 8. But
Nice.
everyone else is like, it's 10 and above. So yeah, there was no hope of you staying hidden when you rolled that 9.
Awesome. Ornan's gonna hop over the thing, and did I have to crouch down? Can I move 30 feet? Or
You
do I
did
have-
not. You can
Okay.
you can just move right over that wall too, because it's
Of course, that's also why they were able to see you.
Ornan will run to about the middle of the battlefield. Wow, there is a lot of people here.
We're still in
Ornan-
round 1, and there's still 2 more people to go.
I know. Ornan will run out and like blindly look around and notice that like they're severely outnumbered. And he's gonna say, Evos, are you there? Girl, I need a little help. And he's gonna summon his burrowing guardian. And let's see. I am going to...
If you now have 10-foot range, you can actually, from where you're at, you can reach the berserker.
I don't think I get range. At least
Okay.
I don't know. It just says...
Does enlarge reduce? Does that give you? Well, I guess you're not doing enlarge reduce. Never mind.
Yeah, it just says you become large. No, what I'm going to do is I'm going to throw one of my light hammers at the one that's
thug?
kind of straight ahead of me, the thug-looking one.
Yeah.
I'm going to throw a light hammer at that one for a 9 to hit.
You know what? That was actually pretty close, but you miss.
Man.
Oh, man.
I'm gonna throw. No, I'm gonna keep my other hammer just in case. So
Okay.
that will be my turn for now, and I'll pull out my war pick and say, "All right, let's kick this off."
All right, and that brings us now to the bulky guy that you met before, the one who did all the talking last time. He is going to rush down 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. He is going to dash with his great axe in his hands and get all the way down to you, Ornan. He cannot make an attack, but you are now being threatened by him. So you've got 2 berserkers who can start to lay into you very, very shortly. And the last person that we have in the initiative tracker is the person we'll just call the hedge mage. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. They're going to move up just kind of by one of these bandits, a little bit past Alexandrina. And let's see who they are able to see. They, from where they are standing, they can see Ornan and Neldor. And I think that they can see Annalise as well. No, they can't see
And the
Annalise.
spooky lady.
They can see Spooky Lady, yes. They can also see this guy with this magic purple worm flying around him. And he is going to cast a spell that we saw last time from a different hedge mage. And that is going to be the spell Melf's Acid Arrow.
Oof.
All right. This is his most powerful spell.
Okay.
So he's got to hit you first. He gets a +4 to this roll. That's a 17.
That will miss. 18 AC.
Oh, 18. Oh my gosh.
Nice.
So close. Okay, so this acid arrow goes flying past you, and we are now back to the top of the initiative order. Round 2. This rogue here on the west side, the one who walked so close to Guy and Magam and who is now being attacked by a spectral woman, is going to lash out at the specter. And is going to do one attack with a short sword and definitely hit. That's going to be a 24. And the second attack is going to be a 23. 2 attacks with a short sword. That is going to be a total of 19 damage to Spooky Lady.
Is that magical?
That is not magical.
Can you do it attack by attack because she has resistance?
So that will be then 6 + 4 is 10, and 5 + 4 is 9.
Okay, so then it is 9 damage total.
That is all slashing damage. That is her turn. Actually, no, she is going to cunning action, and she's going to disengage and move further away from the spooky lady. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Moving back up the hill. And then she calls down, she says, "Careful, necromancy!" And then we are back to the thug, the one who is so close to Ornan. She is going to move down just another 15 feet to get within range of Ornan. She is going to take some swings with her mace. 2 attacks with her mace, a +4 to each of these rolls. That is going to be a 14 and a 17. Looks like she misses.
Nice. Awesome.
Okay. That is her turn. And now we have the other berserker. She is going to move down and move to the other side of the thug who just attacked you, Ornan. And now you have 1 attack coming at you with a great axe, but she is swinging recklessly.
Oh, man.
That is going to be a... Let's see. I got to do the math. I'm fairly certain that she misses. That is going to be only a 17. Oh, my God. Man. You are indestructible. Oh, gosh. So she misses as well, but you now have 3 people who you are managing to bottle up. Guy, that is your turn. You are now more alone here on this hillside here in the northwest corner. The rogue has moved back away further north, but you've got a lot of people down the hill in front of you.
Yes, and they're grouped together rather nicely. So Guy's going to step out. He was kind of behind a tree. He's going to step out so he can see everybody, and he's going to do 20 feet. A 20-foot radius sphere of darkness and invoke the void right here in the middle and get everybody who's here. So it looks like I will get Hedge Wizard, Alexandria, Hooded Guy, other person, Thug, and the barbarian dude who did all the talking last time, all in a 20-foot radius sphere of darkness and energy and pain.
Okay, so now they take damage on their turns, correct?
Yeah, they'll take damage if they start in it, and then if they stay, and then at the end if they end in it. Can you move it just a little bit? Let's see, 1 to the left, and then 1, and then down right there, so we can get all those people.
Boom. You got so many people. The berserker and the thug. One of the berserkers and the thug is now in it. You got Alexandrina is in it. You got another thug and the hedge mage and one of these bandits are all in it. That is a huge, huge spell. Okay.
So is this like an area of darkness then? Can we see into it or out of it or?
No, this is now totally obscured for anyone trying to see past it.
Okay.
Yeah. It's like a sphere of like liquid cloud. Is that what you called it before? With like motes of purple energy, like flashing like lightning in the midst of it.
Yeah. So Guy would say, "Invocare in anis," and a cloud of like dark blue and black smoke. And there's like, the only thing that's really visible in there is there's these frequent flashes of like violet energy.
I don't like that.
So I'll cast Dispel Magic.
I don't like that.
So they're all blinded in there, and it's difficult terrain.
That's now going to bring us to the rogue who was flaming.
Nope, I still got more.
Oh, you got more?
I got Spectral.
Right,
I got the Spooky Spectre Lady, and I got Principal still too.
Oh yeah, okay, let's do this.
Spooky Spectral Lady is going to fly up and around the rogue. Kind of try to just fly around to the north of her to try to keep her from running straight off the map and warning other people. And she's going to make another attack. And this one, let's see, does a 15 hit.
A 15 does not. 15 barely hits. Yes.
Nice. So that's 12 necrotic damage. And,
oh, great.
And she needs to make a DC 10 Constitution saving throw.
Fails.
Her max HP goes down by 12.
Dang.
Not that we need to keep track of that, but yeah.
You can just see, like, you see her cheeks sink. You see, like, lines appear across her face as wrinkles form, as, like, you can see, like, the life getting sucked out of her. Yes.
Yeah, this looks to be, like, it looked like it was going to be some kind of a blast of fire, but it's almost like the fire is in reverse, coming out of her instead of coming out of the rogue instead of going from the specter into the rogue, if that makes sense.
Makes perfect sense. Yeah.
And then Prancival is going to he sees a beetle and he's going to go sniff it.
Okay. All right. That is Prancival's
What a
turn.
good dog.
That's going to bring us now to the rogue, who is going to rush up to Annalise. Is going to attack twice at her. That is going to be, oh my gosh, that's a 9 and an 11. Those are both going to miss Annalise. And then with their cunning action, they are going to disengage and move back 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30 to the edge of the cliff to jump down potentially on the far side of this black orb of liquid cloud. Okay, very good. Sylvie, it is your turn.
Finally. Okay, Sylvie is going to step out from behind this tree, and seeing Guy's cloud, she is going to cast that fireball, and
Oh, yeah.
Are you going to put it like in the exact same spot?
I think so, because he's standing. I was thinking I might do it a little bit south here, but he's standing there, so don't want to get Ornan. So yeah,
Right.
I'll just kind of cast it directly at the same space that he did.
Okay. All right. So let's see. The first fireball of the campaign cast by... Wait, did we have any fireballs from any player characters last time? We didn't.
I don't think we did. Not from any players.
This is our first player... Guys, this is our first player character fireball after 3 years of playing D&D.
And I'm so excited to do it.
Oh, man.
Okay, so they all get to make dexterity saving throws, and most of their dexterity saving throws are terrible. I am going
Plus,
to...
they would have
been so
disadvantage because they
close to
can't see
this
it coming.
Oh my gosh, are you kidding me? Then let's see. Okay, bandit. There's no point. He can't survive it. Okay, hedge mage. Fail. What's your difficulty?
15.
Yes. Yep. 15.
Okay.
Dexterity,
Okay,
yeah.
hedge mage, fail. Thug, fail. Alexandrina, fail. Thug, fail. Berserker, fail. Everybody failed. How much damage does everybody take?
A crispy 33.
Oh my goodness.
That is amazing.
1, 2, 5,
then
5,
I'm
5,
going-
4, 6, 5. Wow.
That was an amazing roll. Holy cow.
I think I can also, I have a feature that allows me to do an extra, 3 damage on an attack, so 36.
36.
Power surge.
Wait, how many people did this hit? Because that's a ton of damage. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It hit 6 people. 33 times 6. That may be the most damage anybody's done in one turn.
Yeah. That's it. 198 damage.
I think that's the most damage ever done in D&D.
198 damage? Holy cow. So I expected a fireball. I did not expect a fireball like that. Holy cow, Sylvie, that was an amazing turn. You can't see what happens, but I will tell you that 4 people are instantly vaporized, and the other 2 that got hit are not doing well. Okay, is that your whole turn?
Yeah, I'm gonna stay on the ridge. I figure people know I'm here now.
I
think you can do more,
so
Sylvie.
good about this fight now.
You guys like, I don't know. Oh my gosh. Neldor goes rushing up with his long sword. He's going to confront the berserker who did not get trapped within the cloud of smokiness, and is going to attack twice with his longsword. That is going to be an 11 or a 19. Will hit with the 19 and is going to deal only 5 damage. Rolled a 1 on the damage. All right, and that is Neldor's turn.
Compare that to the 198 damage.
I know. Oh my gosh. Oh, we got Gale over here. My goodness. Okay.
Which I guess actually, to be fair, I didn't include the extra 3 damage that she added onto that. So
Yeah.
add another 18 on top of
Oh my
that.
gosh. Wait.
No, it couldn't have because it was an odd number multiplied by. Oh no, yeah, that would have been.
It was 6
times
people.
36, so it's
Times
200 and 216.
Oh man.
Wow.
No, it was only 6 people that it hit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
6 people times
6 times
36,
36.
Oh my gosh, you guys. Okay, I think that Sabrina just won Dungeons and Dragons. But here we
We've been
go.
edging for 3 years and we finally finished.
It finally happened.
It is now the bandit's turn, who is not caught up and dead. And the bandit's going to rush Neldor and going to try to attack one time with a short sword. And that's going to be a miss.
Wow.
All right. And then that
man.
brings us to the dead thug. And then that brings us to the other bandit who is dead. And that brings us to Magram. Magram, what are you going to do? You have done absolutely nothing so far, and you might not have to do anything.
I'm going to...
I'm looking forward to seeing this. Memories of the bard from our mini campaign.
All right, so I'm going to come here and...
Okay, so you're gonna move down off the hill and kind of get down just outside of that black swirling mass of smoke.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I can now have a better lay of the land. I can see a handful of them that are still alive. What I'm going to do then is I'm going to pull out my symbol of Kelemvor and call up Kelemvor's swirling ether. So there are wisps of breakdancing turtles, goblin barbarians, and elfin paladins swirling around.
So cool.
I love it.
Who love the sovereign so much.
They're just so cool.
Oh my gosh. All right, so that's where you stopped. Okay, so, all right. Very good. That's good to know. Okay.
And of course, I'll exclude all of my friendly units from any of the effects of this.
Perfect. Okay. That brings us now to Alexandrina. So at the beginning of her turn, she takes some damage. How much does she take?
2d6 cold damage, which equals out to 7 cold damage.
Okay. Pella and Elise, it's your turn. Pella and Elise sees this mayhem down here that has happened. Dude, oh my gosh, that fireball is insane. Holy cow. Pella and Elise is going to rush that rogue who is trying to run away. And this time, you know what? She's going to stay back a little bit. She is going to...
Goddamn right she is.
She is going to... Well, she's got fireball too, but that seems excessive for one dude. So she is going to Scorching Ray. So 3 rays coming at this guy. And that is going to be... 1, 2, 3. Oh, she rolled 2 natural ones. Only 1 Scorching Ray hit. And that is going to do 2d6, which will end up being 8 fire damage to this rogue. And the rogue is going to uncanny dodge and is only going to take 4 of that. That is Annalise's turn. And now we're to Ornan. Ornan, you have still got 1 berserker. Actually, you're not sure what's going on the other side of that cloud, but you've got 1 berserker in front of you who has tried to hit you recklessly. So that means you have advantage to attack her.
I'm gonna strike out at her with the pick side, my war pick, for a 26 to hit.
That will definitely hit.
Dealing 9 piercing damage, and then a d6 from Ephos for 3, so 12 damage there.
Okay.
Then I'm gonna attack again with the pick side for a 10 to hit.
That will miss.
I am going to spin the shaft.
Yeah!
And come back with the Warhammer side for a 21 to hit.
That'll hit.
Dealing 11 damage. And then my last attack, a 19 to hit.
That'll hit, yeah.
For 12 damage.
Nice damage.
In
so
one
good
round.
to see Ornan using the Warhammer.
Oh yeah,
Yes.
it just feels right.
It does a soul good.
He is
Actually,
openly weeping.
I am going to come and attack her with the skeletal brand on that last hit.
Okay.
And do 11 fire damage, and she has to make a DC 14 strength save or be restrained.
Oh my gosh. Well, strength is her strong suit. DC 14, she saves. Barely.
Okay.
She got 14. Okay. Yeah. So, dang, you took her down to you dealt 51 damage. She is looking rough. Okay. That now brings us to the berserker who is trapped within the void. How much damage?
And also in Kelemvor's swirling ether.
That is
Sure
true.
is.
So how much damage from the void?
9 cold
9.
damage.
Okay, how much from the swirling ether?
It would be 16. He gets to make a DC 15 wisdom save, though.
Not his strong suit, and he fails. So how much? 16, you said?
16, yeah.
So here's the deal. This guy is still alive, but
Okay.
he has half movement from being within the void. He has half movement from being within Kelemvor's swirling ether.
Well, here, let's check the wording, because the void specifically says difficult terrain. Is that what Kelemvor's swirling ether also says? Or does it say half movement?
It says speed is halved in the area.
Okay, so yeah, they do stack.
Yeah, they stack. They stack. So the only thing that he can do, that would take him 20 feet to get just a little bit. You know what? He can move diagonally and barely get out. Okay, so he is not able to. He barely gets out, but this guy looks.
Ornan is going to take an attack of opportunity against him.
You
Only
couldn't
if
see
he
him.
can range?
Yeah.
You couldn't see him because
But when he-
now. Wait, he came around this berserker who was attacking you, so he came around her, so you couldn't actually.
Okay.
This whole black circle, everything inside there is invisible to you.
Okay.
It's a solid, massive cloud, yeah. So he does manage to stumble out looking so rough, and then he is just like, he lets out this bellow of rage, and he swings at Neldor, and he says, "All Martins must die!" And he is going to swing with advantage on Neldor, and he is going, yeah, that's going to hit. And he is going to deal... that is going to be 13 damage to Neldor, which seems so piddly. Holy cow.
But how is Neldor looking, though?
Neldor's looking okay. Neldor is a warrior. But Neldor, in spite of being the son of the Count, Neldor has been holding his own. Okay.
Okay. I was wondering if he was holding his own like a level 2 fighter would hold his own.
Neldor would be the equivalent of like a level 5 fighter.
Oh, okay.
So, general rule, we can save this for Neighbor's Potatoes, but real quick, as a rule, as a DM, I don't run DM PCs, I run NPCs. And if I'm running an NPC, in my opinion, should never be as good as the player characters, because it'll make the player characters feel less epic. So I always do at least one level, and oftentimes 2 or 3 lower than the PCs. So they are not a hindrance, but they're not going to steal the show. Anyway, moving on past the dead hedge mage and back around to the top for round 3. This has been 12 seconds, guys. This has been 12 seconds, and we are back to the rogue, the one who is being attacked by the spooky lady, and she is going to lash out twice at spooky lady, and that is going to be 2 hits, 20 and a natural 20. Okay, so first off, the first attack is going to be 5 halved to 2, and the second attack is going to be 11 halved to 5.
Okay. She's not looking well, but she's still standing, or she's still floating.
Yeah. This rogue, if they were able to get advantage, could be dealing a lot more damage with their sneak attack, but that's neither here nor there. Now, on to the thug who died. No, wait, no. Yes, that's right. The thug who died. Okay, we're going to skip past her and on to the berserker, the one who Ornan decimated last time. She is going to swing right back at Ornan with advantage and a wordless, raging scream as she attacks recklessly, getting a 20 to hit. That will hit.
Yeah, that'll hit.
For 12 damage.
Okay.
It is not magical, you son of a bitch.
All right. Well, I'll take 9 of that. You did about a fifth of what I did to you.
All right. Guy, it's your turn. You have this spell. Somehow you know that right now the only thing it's doing is blocking the path.
Which is more than enough. That was the primary focus. for that spell, and the fact that it also provided so much assistance for the fireball as well. It was fantastic, but I'm going to keep it going.
Okay.
Guy is going to kind of head up to the north, follow the Spectre and this rogue who has been retreating on our side of the hill, and going to shout out Ruptis and send some arcane bursts at her.
Okay.
The first, the blue orb is a 25 to hit
That will hit.
for 7 force damage.
Okay.
And then the second one is also a 25 to hit for 7 force damage. So the Amber Crow does the exact same thing, follows the exact same path.
All right. What does that look like? As we have to get some description because everybody else has died in a cloud of smoke. Yeah. So what does that look like as you take out this rogue?
I think Guy just doesn't want them alerting more forces back at the fortress. So he's just going for maximum, it's not pretty, it's not fancy. Just they both kind of strike her right in the chest, and then for the second one, you hear ribs crack and she collapses.
All right, that rogue has died. We are now going to move on to the other rogue, the one on the east side, the one who's been getting blasted by Annalise. Oh, that's right. We got Spooky Spook.
We got Spooky Spook, who's going to move
Spooky lady.
50 feet just directly across the path towards the other fleeing rogue.
Okay.
And can't get to him yet. I think actually she can dash, right?
She can dash, yeah.
Yeah, so she'll dash right up next to him. But that's her whole turn.
Okay.
So she's also kind of blocking him in from the north.
All right. It is now that rogue's turn. That rogue is going to, do this. Cunning action, disengage. He's going to leap down off the cliff, 5, 10, 15 feet. Is going to take, that's a 20-foot cliff. Going to take 2d6 bludgeoning damage as he falls. That only rolled 1. That is going to be 6 damage from the fall. Still looking good. And then is going to move 5, 10, 15, 20, and with a dash is off the map.
Oh.
It doesn't have a, it does have a dash. Dang it.
Cunning action. One of them has gotten away for the moment, but Sylvie, if you wanted to cast something else big, you could still chase him down. However, you can't currently see him just because of the way that the road moves and the bushes and the way that the hills kind of rise and block your view.
Honestly, I'm going to let him go. I don't think we need to chase the poor kid down at this point. He's clearly not much of a threat, and maybe he's going to bring somebody who's more of a threat, but
yeah.
I don't know. I don't want to kill a kid who's I get in trouble when I kill people who are running away and children and stuff.
Okay. Well, it looks like down here fighting Ornan, the only three, fighting Ornan and Neldor, are the only 3 that are still standing. 2 of them are these berserkers, and they are both beaten bloody. The last one is a bandit who has managed to totally avoid damage so far and is in way over his head.
Okay, well, yeah, no. I was going to say if that is all of them, maybe I should, but no, I'm just gonna bitch bolt this guy who's closest to me, one of the berserker looking dudes.
Okay, fantastic. Roll to hit.
That is a 18 to hit.
That'll hit. Roll some damage.
That is 12.
That is enough. What does that look like as you shock this guy to death with your bitch bolt?
Similar to the fireball, it just kind of cooks him from the inside out.
Nice.
Well, the fireball was outside in. This one's inside out.
Oh gosh, he falls down in a smoking, smoldering heap. Sylvie, is that your turn? You're gonna move? Or you're gonna stay put?
No, I'm gonna hang. I mean, I might get a little bit closer to this cliff here, just for a better vantage, but I'm gonna stay around.
It's now Neldor's turn. Neldor is going to attack once at the berserker who's been harassing Ornan, kind of, not really. So one attack at the berserker. That's going to hit with a 15. That's going to be 10 damage. And she is still standing. And then he's going to turn around and swipe down at the bandit. and that is going to be a 21 to hit, and that is going to deal maximum damage, which is 12, which is enough. One hit, one kill on that bandit. Cuts him from collarbone down past the opposite side nipple, and he falls off the sword.
Wait, so even one of the people who can spare somebody just straight up killed him?
Yep.
Oh no.
So
tried.
one person did see him pacing like a wild animal behind a cage, ready for action, and now action has come. And to be fair,
I just want to mention I saved somebody. Sylvie saved somebody this time.
Okay. All right. We've got dead. Magram, it's your turn. We've got one person still standing. Still standing. You can just move 5 feet and catch her up in your aura, and then just let that do the deed, I'm sure, because she's got a whopping 6 hit points left.
I will move that 5 feet, and I will use my action to shoot a Hemexton Venom Dart at her. She'll need to do a DC 15 Wisdom save.
That's a fail. Natural 4.
All right, so she will take 7 Hemexton Venom damage, which opens up all of her wounds as she starts to bleed out.
Yes, she falls to the ground. All the wounds that she has taken just start gushing black, thick blood with the pulsing of her heart. You can see it thump, thump, out until it stops. And the battlefield is silent. There is this crackling, massive, cloudy orb blocking your path. There are dead bodies all around. There is a spooky woman flying around. There is a cute little corgi puppy hiding in the bushes, eating beetles. And that is where we are going to stop for tonight. Awesome job, guys. You wasted those guys, no problem. One person
they totally got geeked.
One person did manage to get away, heading back in the direction they came.
They took like hours to get there.
But I will say this, Pranceville's following at a distance, tracking him.
What speed does Pranceville have? Because this guy can move 120 feet per round. Ooh, wait, 100. Wait, no. He can move and dash. He can move 90 feet per round.
Pranceville only has a 30-foot moving speed, so he can move 60.
So yeah, you can only follow him for a short distance because this guy is booking it. Okay. All right. Well, very good. Hey, I am super excited to see what happens next as you have bloodied these guys. The people who may have been able to give you some answers are all now lying dead within this cloud of nastiness. But hey, everyone who's listening, if you like what we're doing, go check out our Patreon. You can see this map. You can see other maps that we've done. You can listen to our neighbors' potatoes, which is actually something we are going to go do right now. We're going to go talk about this episode and the last episode. So, yes. So, go check out our Patreon. Go check out our shop. You can let everyone know that you're a Pahaftma and find out if they are as well. And until we get together next time, we hope you have a great time.